Hello, 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 people. Welcome to hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Sorry for the late start. Yeah, it's only been a couple of minutes, but it's late for
Gary,
me.
it's the pedal on the right.
Yeah, I know.
Step
I
right the
can't.
brake.
I usually get started late today, but
You seen on
we'll
that
be on
video
time.
that Gary's driving the van and
Yeah, and
just not hitting one.
before we get
Yeah.
started, I'm gonna introduce. Spencer won't be with us here tonight, but we are still gonna be a party of three. We've got my man Tehran in the house from BBK Sports. Welcome to the show. This is his maiden voyage with the trip. So thanks for joining us. How you doing, Tehran?
I need my passport. No,
No passport. No passport.
that's what it is. Man, thank you for having me, man. Big up, Tony. How are you? Big up, Gary.
I'm all right.
Uh,
Did Gary get his green card?
Cars aren't even green anymore. I don't even know why they call it green card anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
True. And we've got Miss Melina in the house. Thanks for joining us, Miss Melina.
Big up, Mel.
You got BX Gunner in the house. BX, welcome. Yeah, big up. Gary, Tony, Tehran. Cool. Yep, BBK Sports on the road to 2K, everyone. If you have not already, remember to subscribe and like and all of that.
Or too kind.
Yes. And we are here. It is, I guess it's still the interlull or the international break or time away from league football or a break or whatever you want to call it.
What time you don't have to stress about fucking football, Gary? That's what it should be called.
Oh, no. We got to stress. We get to stress because, like anybody else, and especially Arsenal, we get to stress
It's
even
soon over 2 weeks, Gary.
Yeah, no.
You know my feelings on these international breaks now.
Yeah, no, we still get the stress, and we'll get into why. And it's the same old.
Especially with that stupid new World Cup format of 48 teams.
Yeah. All right. So we are a couple, or is it 5? I guess 6 days from the next game, Arsenal, and we'll get into what I call it the 3-game stretch that defines the season. We've had it in pretty much all of the last 3 or 4 seasons. We've had a 3-game stretch that just defined our season, whether or not, one, we're going to win some trophies, whether or not we will be, how we will sit in the eyes of everybody, how we'll sit in the Champions League, how we sit in the league. And we're back here again. This is another 3-game stretch that I like to call it a list. This is I usually say there's 38 tests in a season, and we got to try and pass every one of them. That's the goal. But there's always a 3-game stretch, and this is ours. It's come early this year. Usually it comes towards the end of the season. This one has come early, and it will be this is serious, I guess. It's not even a midterm. This is a first third of the season, but we're getting the test early, and I think it'll
first
make a
trimester, Gary.
First trimester. There you go. This is our first. We don't usually get a trimester test like this one, but we have one coming up. So we'll get into that and then some. Yep. As Big Skinner says, the next 3 matches are juicy murderers row this season for sure. They can tell a lot, or they could trick us. We'll see. But first, before we get to that, it wouldn't be international break without the usual. Can we send them all out, and will they all come back? We sent them all out with the expectations that they all come back the same way we left them. And so far, no. Well, we know Erdogan went out, and he's going to come back, but he's not coming back ready to play yet. But Gabriel Margalles, and Calafiori went out, got a little bump, and only one of them came back, it seems. The other one, Gabriel, is going to be out. So once again, we have to go through this again. So Tony, Arsenal international break, injury concerns once again.
Yeah, but Gabriel one worries me. I think maybe if he stays fit last season, we have a lot better chance of actually making it a 2-horse race and chasing down Liverpool last season. Just because people forget the leadership part of it. You see it in the corners and the spot kicks. I think he goes talks to a huddle, goes signals back to a huddle, sometimes walks back to a huddle, but he's always screaming at the back line and keeps them organized. He's kind of a leader by example and the leader by being vocal.
Yep.
I think he's a de facto captain and Rice is de facto vice captain, but I kind of still believe in this 5 captain crap that Avery brought to us, but
I hear you. Yep.
Odegaard is not our captain. Sorry.
Well, he's our captain, at least in Arteta's eyes, but we know. Big Gabby's a hit, but not as critical to our campaign as this moment. At this moment, yeah, probably not. We've got Rosie in the house, or food, giggles, and footies here. Even I'm not even gonna say that. I don't think that's what. No, that's not nice. That's not nice, Rosie. BBK and Tony, hope the chat is as well. Wow, I'm not even gonna say that. That's just I don't know. Our backups don't look shaky, in my opinion, and the cover should be sufficient. So, yeah, Tehran. Gabriel does not come back, and it looks like he might be out for a bit. Hopefully, it's not long, but it could be anywhere from. It sounds like it could be anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks, depending on how much of an issue it is. What are your thoughts?
I'm with Tony. I'm worried. I was on a panel with Waffle Don the other day, and he was saying he's concerned, but he's not worried. I'm very worried about this. I think the only bigger injury we could have suffered in the squad would be a Declan Rice. This guy is so important to how we play. He keeps the clean sheets. He scores the goals. He's the captain of the best defense in Europe for 3 years running. We're allowed to send Zinchenko bombing forward and still keep the best defense because he marshals that left-hand side. He did it with Zinchenko. He still hasn't played with a proper left back for 3 years. Now, maybe Hincapié is going to come be that, but we don't know. As of what we know, Zinchenko, Calafiori, who sometimes end up where the center forward should be. Lewis Kelly is a midfielder. He has all the midfielder attributes. He bombs forward. That's how we play. We get an advantage of overloading the midfield because that left-hand side is his. We're losing leadership. We're losing one of the best center backs in the world. We're losing a goal-scoring machine on set pieces. I'm actually worried about it. I'm not sure how long he's going to be out. But I don't think, even if I was a ultra positive person, it would be very difficult for me to make the statement. I think we can win this Premier League with Gabriel being out for an extended period of time. Because many, many Arsenal fans say the reason why we didn't win the first Premier League title is because Saliba went down and we had to play Rob Holding. Remember that one? Rob Holding and Saliba got injured versus Sporting Lisbon, and we had to go to the Etihad and hail for to Erling Haaland. And now between Gabriel and Saliba, Gabriel is universally regarded as the better of the two, and that's what we were missing. That's what we will be missing. So I think big up to Berta for bringing in Hincapié and Mosquera and that. These guys have shown, especially the Mosquera, that he's more than capable, but he is not the leader that Gabriel is yet, and he's not the player that Gabriel is as of yet. So there will be a drop off there. And it's unfortunate that drop off is going to come at the point where you what you call it, the most critical part of the season, this three run.
This three game run that we have. And before you continue, I just want to say hi and bye. Mr. Tom did join us. He said Spencer has undergone a change. Yeah, he has. He's changed. He's got a. I think Spencer's a Navy guy. But this guy over here is an Army guy, so so there you go. If I got that right, I think that's right. Right? Spencer is a Navy guy. So he said hi to Miss Melina and then he did his last words where it's past his bedtime. He's got to go to bed. It's it's past midnight. He needs to get his
Yeah.
sleep. So thanks for joining us real quick, Mr. Tom. And
You
I know
can't
you're
blame
off.
me this time for keeping him up past midnight.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. What else? Yep. It was Rosie's birthday, I think, a couple days ago. So happy birthday. I did say happy birthday at the time. Yeah,
Mhm.
said happy birthday. Yep. If this was last year, I'd be concerned with the last minute transfer business gives me confidence we bought correctly. Yeah, we shall see. Mascara and Hinkapi are hungry. Yeah, I hope so. They need to get some. Yeah. You want anything else you have to say? And then I'll have my say there, Tehran. I know you kind of
There you
corny
go.
here.
You go.
Yeah, no, I've been saying this all along, and it still holds true. Last couple of seasons, we've had defense, and that's it.
Mhm.
This season, we've got defense in depth. That's going to be our strengths. At some point, hopefully, we'll have defense, depth, and attack that we can go. You know what? We have answers in our attack. I think we're still trying to figure that out, but we've definitely got the depth this time. So, yes, Gabriel will be out, but once again, as you said, you've got Rice, who I think will cover for Gabriel in the leadership department. So I think that's going to happen there. So yes, Gabriel will step down, but Rice will have to pick it up, and he's shown that he can do that when we needed it. So, yeah.
What are your thoughts on?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on the whether or not he should have been playing in this friendly?
Rice?
No, Gabriel.
Gabriel. Ooh. Well, I'll say this. This is my thoughts on it. This is no different than the Saliba situation in the Liverpool match. Basically, you got kind of you made a decision. It backfired, but you did get warnings before the game, right? They had warnings. They did things in terms of having him practice on his own for a little bit for a particular reason, whatever that reason is. And they took a chance, and it backfired. And I kind of feel like, yes, maybe the medical staff said he could play, but for me, at some point, you gotta, I don't know, read the tea leaves. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to make that decision that actually doesn't make any sense based on the information at hand, right? The player says he can go, the medical staff says he can go, but you as a manager, coach, and looking out for your players might go, you know what? Maybe this is not the one where he needs to come in. And that's what I've said all along. I said, you know what? You've gotten bitten and burned, Arteta, when your players have come in with a little bit of a niggle, and maybe at some point, maybe you just say, you know what? You sit this one out. We're gonna have to play. We're gonna have to fight some of these battles without you. Sometimes it's the big ones, as it's going to be coming up, and sometimes I just, you just get that feeling from past experience that I don't want to get burned again. And it's as they say, it's a war, not a battle. You might win this battle but lose the war, kind of thing. And sometimes right now, if we lost to Liverpool anyways, so it didn't matter that Saliba got hurt, right?
Yeah.
But it does matter that Saliba got hurt, right? So in the end game there, it didn't change things. So for me, sometimes you have to get that little feeling in your stomach, or just based on past experience, and you use that sometimes as opposed to here's all the information. All the information says it's a go, but then you as a coach, a manager, somebody who's seen this before goes, you know what? Maybe not this time. Maybe I'll bring you on in the second half if I need to. But you know what? Maybe I'm getting the warning signs that I need to.
Arteta needs a voice in his ear telling him not to do it, because if he left to his own devices, he's playing.
This time it's not Arteta, but this time it's an even more experienced manager than Arteta, and a better coach than Arteta that did this, and he did seem like he was concerned that he did put him out there. I don't think we've had a manager say that I'm sorry.
You think it had nothing to do with the game being at the Emirates, him being, him wanting to be the leader in him, right? He wants to be out there with his fellow countrymen, and it's essentially a home game for him. No travel required, right there in London. This is where Gabriel plays, year round. It's annoying, man, because I remember against I think it was Olympiacos, one of the Champions League game. He comes off injured on a Wednesday, but 3 days later he starts against Fulham or West Ham, and then he starts all the other games. Then he comes off against I think it was Atletico after he scored. So he felt something in that Champions League game that caused him to come off in the 70th minute, but then he starts again 3 days later. Just seems like there was some, like it was an accident waiting to happen.
This whole trend of muscle injuries is concerning. They need to get a new physio that can come in there and look at why these guys are getting these muscle injuries.
Yeah,
what's going on in training.
Yeah.
Because now you have the death and you're still having the injuries.
I looked into I said let me look into this a little bit just to see, because are we doing something different than others? Because if you look at it, I don't know if we're doing anything different than most other teams. Like last year, right? And it is because of the way we played it. It makes a difference, but most teams will play their top players around probably 90%. So they will play 90% of the minutes in most of the games that are available.
But you don't see too many pushing the 4,000 minutes.
Well, you say that, but then last year, Salah played almost 5,000 minutes, right? You say that, right? You say that, and as you look at Van Dijk's numbers last year, right? Because we're talking about defender, right? Van Dijk played. Let's see, he got injured last year? No, this is the previous year. Let me go to the previous year. Let me go to the previous year here because I'm looking at previous year here. But Van Dijk, I think, also played a large number of minutes last season, and that's where I think we're looking at it. And you look at these teams that we're trying to strive to be, and their top players are playing a large percentage of minutes. Club and country.
So here's the sticking point for me with
he played in every game. Van Dijk played in every game. He played in 60 out of 60 games. 5,400 minutes last year, right? And this is club and country as well, I believe. Is this club and country or just club? So club and country. So players are playing a lot, and we are talking about Gabriel and Van Dijk in the same breath right now. One's going up, one's going down, because of the, just age does that to you. That's what it took for them to get their trophy last year. Van Dijk played a large percentage of those games. So I don't like that. I think we should rotate more. I believe in rotation, but if we're going to say, look at those teams that we're chasing, they're doing that, right? Those teams, they're doing that, and Van Dijk did that last year, right? He had I think you take away his international duties, he's probably he's over 4,000 minutes still. So I think it's a good question, and like I said, my key thing here is that we are built on depth, and we are built on defense as well. We should be able to rotate Gabriel and Saliba. We don't, but we should. You don't bring in Hincapie and Mascara, and you see the first thing Mascara does when he comes in and then say, you know what, I don't think I can use him anymore. No, you have to. I think that those are good things to have. Like Mascara came into Anfield, did a really good job. Hincapie is supposed to be better than him. So I should expect him to do much better than what Mascara's done in terms of no game's going to be too big for him, based on experience. So I'm looking for that out of him. So like I said, I think, yes, it is, we should rotate more, but you're looking at the teams we're chasing and talking about we want to be like, and players that are similar, tops in their position, and they're doing that. That's what they've had to do. We've got unlucky. I think we've got unlucky because we didn't have better numbers and didn't have better players before, but we've got them now. So it's a catch-22 for me. I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely. If we're talking about waffling, that's what I'm waffling today on this one. I, I like rotation. And let me go through the chat. But I like rotation. But I also don't think to some degree would I think coaches need to either save players from themselves sometimes, and players are never doesn't seem like players are going to do that. And that's why they are such good athletes because they see the on or off. See that I'm playing or I'm not playing, coach.
So I think if you're managing a squad like Arsenal, where we have like I don't know the exact number, but between 17 and 19 internationals, I think you look at this season and you look at these guys who you know are internationals for their country, and you factor the minutes that they're gonna play for their country in your rotation plans. Like Arteta, you know that Tuchel is gonna play Declan heavy minutes, so that plays. You know he's gonna play Saka heavy minutes because the internationals in the Arsenal squad are not bid part players, right? Marino, Zubimendi, these guys play heavy minutes for Spain. Calafiori, if he fits, he starts for Italy, and they held 4 yesterday without him. 4, you know. So our players are internationals with heavy minutes. So you can't depend on Tuchel and Deschamps and all these men to do the rotation for you. So you have to factor that in. So when we're 4-0 up or we're 3-0 up at Slavia Prague in the 70th minute, take off Saka, take off Rice.
Yeah,
Protect them from themselves.
that's the player
Because
management that we need.
200 bags a week. Brazil is not paying you 200K a week. Arsenal is.
Yeah.
So we have, selfish motivation. Now, if we say we had won one of the Premier League titles over the past 3 years, I'd be much more open to guys doing all this stuff. But we have to protect these guys because we need them to get the trophy. And then we can experiment and do all the other stuff. But right now we need to do if we need to be the not so nice club and do some dark arts like Ferguson used to do and pull guys out, let's do it. We're starving. I don't have any interest in England and Belgium. So I do get annoyed.
Wenger used to do it too. He would fight pretty hard to keep them.
Yeah. I think that's the ruthlessness that we want out of Arteta. I just don't, he's just not that type of guy.
Yeah.
He's just not that type of guy. And I guess that's the part that we want him to be a little bit more ruthless because we want him to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more harsh, a little bit more, players playing on the edge, but we don't play that way. We know that. That's why for us it's a numbers game, right? If he's not willing to rotate, then that means he doesn't have enough players. I think he does now. But I think Hincapie getting a slow start, Mascara being even younger than he probably would have liked to rush him in there. But Hincapie should be able to get in there. I think the one thing that he's killing himself, I think, is because Skelly should be actually getting more minutes, which allows him to rotate those center backs even more, right? Because Hincapie and Calafiori and Mascara, they could rotate the center backs if we really wanted to, and let Skelly play on as a fullback, right?
I'm sorry, it's criminal that Skelly isn't starting games and getting minutes.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, based on the fact that we could keep our back line fresh. We could keep our back line fresh.
They could always do what I want, just play a back three and a formal back three. I mean,
we're not doing
during
that.
the game we play at a back three.
You keep asking. That's a dream. You keep asking for. It's not going to happen. Let me go through the chat real quick to catch up. Got Charles in the house. I think I've kind of answered this question, but where do you stand on Gabriel's injury? Is it someone's fault or unfortunate or player's choice? Tron was just on the stream saying it's Arteta's runtime of Gabriel, Haaland, Gabriel, same runtime. Yeah, like I said, you're looking at the top players out there. They're playing these minutes. Haaland plays every minute, and we've seen him kind of have to come out and not play as the season has progressed. We'll see how he goes this time. Salah, all the minutes I just showed you. Every game that Van Dijk played in, he played at least 90. He played 78 one time. That was a Hungary game. Yeah. Otherwise he played 90, and he played, I think, towards the end of the season. He played 120 against PSG, which they lost on penalties, and then he played 120 against Spain in the Nations League where they lost on penalties. So I'm just like, he's supposed to be the benchmark for at least our defense, and that's what he's doing. So that's what he had to do, and he's a lot older than our players, right? I think he's 34, and our players are not even. I think Gabriel's 27, 28 or something like that. So you know what? It's unlucky, but that's what some of these players have to do. So if Arteta's looking at how the landscape of how players are utilized, he's not necessarily doing anything wrong. Van Dijk played every minute of every game he played in except for one in last season. So,
But his age profile is when center backs hit their prime, really.
Yeah.
Because it's when center backs hit their prime, they develop a lot slower, like goalkeepers. They're the two positions that the older they get, usually the better they get.
True.
Normally, when they're in their prime, they don't rely on speed because their reading of the game is so good at that point. They don't need to chase you. I'm just not going to get caught out of position.
Yeah. Well, Gabriel,
like Kyle Walker never really needed to develop because his speed would always bail him out of a bad position.
Yeah. But, sorry, let me just go through this chat before I forget. Tiger and Gunnar, thanks for joining us from Australia. Everybody saying hello. What else we got here? We got Anthony and Herbert in the house. Thanks for joining us. We have to have some confidence in our players' quality, especially the manager in this. Yeah, all of that. Boy Tendio has joined us. What's the chat today? We're talking about the usual international breaks and injuries. And I will not forget, and we've been talking for about half an hour, but we will switch over to, what's coming up. Let's see, top international. Yeah, we are. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? All of our players are leading some of their teams in an international game. It could be captained his country, Ecuador. So yeah, these are good things to have, but they do create problems. But I'll rather have these problems than other ones we've had in the past, right? So, well, let's consider if during Sunderland, Arteta had taken over Margulis towards the end of that game, would Margulis have gotten injured today? I don't think that's the game we're talking about. I think we're talking about the other games, right? Like he's not playing. He shouldn't play in the cup games, right? He shouldn't play late in games when we have leads or we've got things sewn up. Like when we have a 2-goal lead in a game and late, if we can't hold on to that, then yeah, we got problems, right? So I think there's different ways to give him the extra minutes and and lower his expenditures in games. When we played Leeds, I don't think anybody that's on has an issue should have played any more than 60 minutes in that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. When we played some of these 1-0 games where they weren't getting anything, I don't think you take a Margulis off, you expect to give up a goal. So it's different. I think you can read the game and understand. Got Alonso in the house. Thanks for joining us. It's out of Arsenal's hands, and pulling out players is up to the country and players to pull out. Arsenal doesn't have. That is true.
That is if you declare him unfit.
Yeah, we can do that, but we don't want to do that too much, right?
I want to do it. I will do it to win a league title. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. And this idea that people are running that Gabriel needs to play to keep his spot in the Brazil squad, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. There are certain people who have to fight for their place in their national team. He is not one of them. You know how he books his place in the Brazil squad? 38 games in the Premier League. Captain of the best defense in the league for 3 years now. 8 clean sheets in a row. That's how he earns a spot in the Brazil. Not a meaningless friendly against Senegal. So people, he needs to. If he doesn't go and Carlo thinks he's not taking it seriously, he's not gonna. Carlo is not. You think Carlo has all those medals from being stupid? If he wants to get fired from that job, let him announce the Brazil squad in March, and Gabriel is not in it. That's his center back. You think Messi has to go prove to anyone, to Scolari, that he is what? This idea that all players get a fair shake in qualifiers and everyone has to go fight for their place. Come on, what are we doing? I've heard that way too many times. He is going to the World Cup. He is Brazil's best center back.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I don't think. There's not too many players that play for Arsenal that are playing for their national team that I think have any concerns of not making this squad.
Mhm.
I mean, who? Like I can't name one really. It's really like those that are playing on their for their home country or on them
Short
on the
shots, yeah.
bench.
Short
You know,
shots, yeah.
Mascara is young anyway, so he was not going to be at that. He's still working his way up, right? But you look at everybody else. Ben White, if he wanted to play for England, would play for England.
Mhm.
If he didn't come off this surgery and all of that, he probably would be playing for England. But that surgery came a little too late, and he hasn't recovered. But otherwise, I think nobody that is healthy right now is struggling to make their country squad right now that I can think of,
Mhm.
an Arsenal squad. I mean, we've got pretty much captain level players going in. We had an extremely hard North London derby this weekend. That match isn't going to be an easy watch. Tricky game with tough repercussions if we drop. Yeah, and I think for me, unless I've missed something, our defense is still our defense. Our depth is still our depth. We still got Saka, who's coming in having a good international break. We still have Eze, who's coming in have a good international break. I expect Gyökeres to come back, right?
Mhm.
I expect I expect either Martinelli to come back and Trossard to continue to do what he's been doing. So, like for me, the only thing we're going to most likely be missing is Gabriel. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of what we need. So, like for me, it's a North London derby, yes, but I got to look at what we've been doing and think we will continue to do what we've been doing. Right? I expect Zubimendi to do what he does. Rice to do what he does. Whoever plays in that next to them, if that's Eze, it's Eze. I would like to see Nweri get more confident starts, right? When he's
Mhm.
better, but I don't know if this is the time now. He hasn't prepped him for this, which is disappointing. And where he should be at a point where he can feel he can play when we needed him, like this weekend. But I don't know. I don't know. We got 3 big games going in a row. Will Nweri even get minutes? And I think he should be at a point where he should be able to get minutes. Skelly should be able to get minutes, right? But we haven't seen enough of that confidence from Arteta. So, yeah. Let me see. International federations retain only our players is just Illuminati talk. It's not about anyone's interest. It's players' interest. Anyone talking club over country doesn't know ball. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think what Rice did come out of the game early as they came in late and Saka played all 90. I think people are realizing, I think people should realize Saka, how England goes, how Saka goes. In my eyes, I don't know what he's doing it, and like you see it. Yes, Kane is there, but Kane is showing up late in games. I don't know. I don't know what you think. I think Saka he is not flashy. He doesn't have all this ball stepping over balls and all that other stuff, but he is a solid player. He is a fundamental footballer, which doesn't look pretty on the eyes, but gets the job done. There's a difference
Yeah.
between like in basketball, we have the big fundamental. All he did was win I believe
Mhm.
5 championships doing that, right? Tim
Yeah.
Duncan. But then you've got your flashy players like a Jordan and a Michael Johnson and Barrett. They're all flashy players and doing stuff. But then you get the fundamental hitting balls off the side off the glass, and people are like, "That doesn't even look pretty." But you know what? It counts the same as a dunk.
And
So
the thing is, the guys with the fundamentals can play very long, for a very long time. Tim Duncan never had to depend on athleticism. See, like Blake Griffin, once he was no longer able to jump over people, his career was dead because he never developed any fundamentals. What Saka is really good at is he shields the ball so well
yeah,
that you damn near have to foul him to get it. He drew both those fouls for Declan Rice's free kicks against Real Madrid. He drew both those fouls.
yeah. No, I
You know?
say that's why I say he should move. That's why sometimes he should move more centrally because he
Mm,
doesn't lose the ball.
doesn't.
It goes in. It never goes anywhere but to
Mhm.
either it's a cross, a shot,
Yeah,
or it goes backwards to one of our players. But that's it.
yeah,
You bring 1, 2, 3 players, that ball is secured. It's locked down, as you said. Nobody's getting it.
yeah.
And you're not seeing that from all these other players that people talk about
Mm,
because they don't bring 3 players to Palmer. They're not
Yeah.
bringing 3 players to anybody else you compare him to because they don't have to.
Yeah.
I hope Tony will be back soon. But let's see. Should rotate players with internationals in mind. Yeah, and this is it's what you said that Arteta. It's up to Arteta maybe to
Yes, you
save his
have to.
players from the international breaks that he knows he can't control.
Mhm.
So yeah, it is. Arteta's gonna have to learn, as they say. He's gonna have to learn. Stop the buses. It's the boy who's put banana. Oh, what banana and bacon? I don't know what that is. Sorry. I don't know about but I get the bacon on the pizza. I don't know about the banana. That's if it's plantain, I get it, maybe, but I don't know about bananas. Let's see, top players.
There's no limit.
Yeah, we need rotation to give players. I think if Hinkapie came in healthy, I would like to think we would have done things a little differently. But he came in a little late and not ready to go. So. But I think he's good to go now. So hopefully that's hopefully White catches up and gets in the groove as well. Militao and Marquinhos are his competition, though. They have been the last 3 years. He's fighting to be their number 1.
He's better than both of them.
Yeah.
He's better than both of them.
Yeah,
They're good players, but Gabriel is better than both of those guys.
yeah.
So he's going to that World Cup squad, whether or not he played in a friendly against Senegal. There's a reason why Brazil qualified with games to spare, because they weren't conceding goals because of Gabriel.
And their attack isn't where you expect it to be. It's that's still a work in progress and has been for a while now, right? They've had like talented players when you see them play for their club teams. When they get together and play together, you're like, where are these goals coming from?
Yeah, so, technically, Adam Wharton and Anderson are Declan Rice's competition. Yeah, but Declan starts because he's better than both of them, right? Phil Foden is an attacking player. Cole Palmer, but Saka is better than both of them, so he starts. Yeah. Good player, Militao Marquinhos, but Gabriel is better than both of them.
Yeah. No, we've got some good players on our side. So let's see. All right, you guys talking food in here? Everybody likes avocados. Stop that, Rosie. Everybody.
I do not like what texture of avocados, Gary.
Oh, well, you got problems. Avocados are good.
Subway charges you a whole $1.30 for extra scoop.
Because it's good. It's good stuff. They got you. That's like adding bacon onto anything. It costs you extra because people like bacon. That's just how it goes.
Bacon's great, Gary.
Yeah. See, we got Saka is like Tim Duncan for sure. There's a lot of flashy players out
McDonald's there. And eggs. They charge like an extra $3 to throw an egg on an egg McMuffin. It's ridiculous.
Oh, no. You might as well just buy another one, right? Just buy 2.
I would get so mad with my uncle. It's like you just get two sausage McMuffins and skip the egg, or go home. I bought him this little microwavable thing. You just crack an egg and it comes out, and you put it in there.
True. You want it, but then you might as well just make it yourself. Sometimes it might be cheaper. Yeah, Saka's like David Rocastle for sure.
Rocky.
Top attackers get mobbed. This happens. Yeah. My thing is, I kind of want, like, which game was it? I think it's Atletico Madrid or the game after that, Slavia Prague. That Slavia Prague game where Saka decided, guess what? I'm just going to try to win this game by myself. That means he can do it. Yes, it's against Slavia Prague, but he gets past everybody. So it doesn't, so it's not like, well, you know what? He's only doing it because it's Slavia. He gets past everybody, right? Yes, you might get him. It might be a battle, but he gets past most teams. And everybody says he was quiet today, and we haven't lost any, like in this season. We haven't lost that many games where you've kept Saka quiet, right? Because he's not all by himself. So, I kind of felt like if he needs to, he will turn it on. Tehran, you talk of Militao, Morello, Marquinhos are eating peanuts on the sidelines and have zero interest in competing with Gabriel for starting 11 the last 2 years. Gabby's just getting call-ups.
I'm saying right now, Gabriel is better than both of them. That's what I'm saying. That's my opinion. Is Gabriel is a better center back than Marquinhos and Militao. I'm not trying to have you change my mind about it. Yeah. I think he's better than them.
He might have been better with them before, but it was just the body of work and looking at the team that he was playing on and going, you know what? Real Madrid is winning Champions League. Arsenal is struggling.
Yeah.
Is he like, and that's where sometimes you have to look at the body of work of the player and not the body of work of the team as well, because it gets a little, the shiny car might have a bad engine, right? You know, the car looks nice on the outside, but when you go inside, you pull up the hood and look underneath, you go, it's not look. I think Gabriel's looked good since he came in, since Luis got injured, and he came in and he headed that first ball in. He hasn't looked back since. Since that little incident that happened there, he started his career. Bang bang. I mean, that's his first game. He scores with a header, and now we're talking about him scoring headers. He's been doing that since he got here.
Yeah,
it's been on his tool belt since he got here.
He's been doing it since Emery spotted him and Saliba. But...
Yep. After Zaha left the league, our players became the most fouled. Yeah. Well, you know what? Part of that is the mentality. They think they can do that to us, or we're just, that's the only way they can slow us down.
Or you're soccer and you finally start going to the ground and you get yellow cards for it.
Yeah. Sorry, wrong, Tehran. And CONCACAF, their qualification criteria is not like UEFA's Brazil qualifiers, even if they lose many matches.
I don't know what CONCACAF qualifying has to do anything with Gabriel quality. I'm talking about Gabriel's quality. Brazil would have qualified for the World Cup if they played in UEFA. Charles just wants to argue. Charles been inactive in the spaces instead of arguing. You will not change my mind about Gabriel's quality, bro. You can't.
Yeah, and he's the most consistent of the players that they have. If you look at all their players over the last year and a half, the most consistent one has been Gabriel, I believe.
I always thought it was weird that he wasn't playing for him.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to. Everybody talks about look and see, right? If you looked and you try to compare what Gabriel was doing, and you said, for how long we've been saying he's pretty much our captain out there.
But in that time, a blind man can see what Gabriel is doing out there.
Yeah, bro. And if it comes down to club football, one place for Real Madrid where they have the best players in the league in most positions and have most of the ball all the time, and one place for PSG. Come on. Who is Marquinhos going up against in Liga?
It's not the Premier League, so it's not tough. So let's
a bunch of French farmers.
We're almost halfway through, so let's get into it. Players will be finishing up. I think there are some more. Are there any more games left? I think tomorrow.
And Jamaica plays tomorrow.
So there are some qualifiers still going on. All in North America and the Caribbean and whatnot. Oh wait, no, Switzerland does play tomorrow. So there are some games left. Switzerland, Sweden played. So Jokeres and Spain plays as well tomorrow. So we still got about 4 or 5 players. Belgium plays. We got about 6 players still out there playing before they come home. And hopefully it's quiet. Hopefully it's quiet. So with that in mind, we're going to talk a little bit now about what's coming up. What I call, I don't know. We got
that team.
We got that team. We got 3 games coming up that are like I said, season-defining games coming up. We've had this many times. We've had this, and this time it's with Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich in the middle as opposed to Bayern Munich on both ends. All right, I think we played Bayern Munich in a 3-game stretch, and I believe that 3-game stretch had Villa in the middle of it, and we know how that went. We didn't win any of those games. We got another 3-game stretch coming up, Bayern Munich in the middle, North London derby, and a Chelsea. We're playing at home, 3 games in a home. It's played in London for 3 games in a row. We could win all 3. We could take a little break in the middle. Some people say we should take a little break in the middle. It doesn't matter if we beat Bayern Munich, but I think for our mentality, we're going in to win all 3 games, and our defense is solid enough to keep us in all 3 games. So I don't think we should be concerned. Hopefully, we do get Gabriel back, but probably not in that 3-game stretch. So this is the time for Arteta to trust what Berta's given him. If Hincapie is ready to go, let him play. If Skelly is good to go, let him play. whatever it is, I think we'll be fine. I think whatever we do, we'll be fine. We're gonna have Saliba. We're gonna have Timber. That's one side solid, right? We're gonna have at least if Calafiori starts, we're gonna have another starter there. If Mascara, if
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine. If Calafiori does move inside and Hincapie moves outside, he's still gonna have 3 starters on that back line. I mean, we've got options. However, we want to look at it.
Or you can always bring your starter from last year back there,
Yeah,
which I think is a better defender than Calafiori. But
Bring who?
You bring Skelly in. Yeah.
bring Skelly in.
Skelly at left back.
Might as well. Or center back.
I mean, which
I
one?
don't think
Which
it
one of
matters
these
where he
games?
plays.
Yeah, which one of these games most worry you of the 3?
I mean, Spurs is what matters most, right?
Which matters? They
So
all.
which one worries you the most?
Worries me the most. Here's the thing. Bayern Munich doesn't worry me as much because I don't think our
We're still
Champions
gonna
League
get top 8 if we.
rides on it, right? But I do believe that we lose to. I believe we lose to Chelsea. That's a big. We can't have that. I know losing in a North London derby. I don't think we lose in a North London derby, so that's why it's not as concerning to me. Yes, we can lose it, but I don't. I think it's the one that's the least likely that we lose. But that Chelsea one, we want to finish this 3-game stretch with. We want to have wins at the least on as bookends on this one for me.
All the league games are the most important, Gary.
Well, no, I just said we have to win all of them. But we're talking, if we're going to rank them, I don't care what happens in the Bayern Munich game. If I'm going to rank them, I do care about those other 2 games because right now we show something. If we come out of this 3-game stretch undefeated, all 3 wins, it puts everybody on notice. Puts City on notice. Puts Bayern Munich on notice. It puts Liverpool on notice. It puts Chelsea on notice. It puts City on notice again. You know what I mean? It puts a lot of teams on notice that we are not to be, as they say, messed around with today, right? And we have a squad that can do it. So that's why this is another important 3-game stretch. And Arteta has failed many times in these types of situations. So the most important game for me, if you're going to say that, I don't think North London derby is that. I don't think we should struggle in that one. That Chelsea game, just because it's going to be it's going to be at their place. Yeah.
Arteta's never lost at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, but I want wins.
He's never lost it.
Yeah, I want wins.
The thing is, I don't think we lose any of them, but I don't think we win all of them. That's my God's honest opinion. I think I really think we draw the Bayern game.
Yeah.
I really think we draw that game. I think we beat the other 2. Yeah. But we've put ourselves in a position where a draw versus Bayern isn't a terrible result. We'll still be top 3, top 4. Yeah.
Top 8's all that matters. And we'll be there.
So even with a draw, the furthest we can fall, I think, is fourth, with 3 games remaining to get another 2-3 points. So I think Mikhail will approach it from that angle.
And I think that's why we've seen with substitutions and rotations there, because he pretty much knows we're playing lower competition and trusts the guys to play that, but he doesn't trust them in Premier League for whatever reason.
Because Arteta knows that Tottenham would love nothing more than not to end, but to put a serious dent in our title hopes. And any points dropped, especially, I think we play on Sunday, so we will have known the City Newcastle result. Where I do expect City to go there and turn them over. Newcastle are 2 points from relegation. So I think City will do the business there. The match going faithful will not let them lose that game. 3 points.
That confidence that you have in City, you have more of it in Arsenal, right? Playing at home in a North London derby.
To beat Tottenham?
Yeah. See, the fact that you hesitated.
I do. No. So here's the thing. The reason why I hesitated.
How many games has that been there since? at home since we lost.
Since we lost to
I've seen
Tottenham,
that, and
it's been
it's
time.
it's been
The thing is, they have the best home record, best road record in the league. Like, they play well away from home, but at the toilet bowl, they're dross. Now, what does that tell you about a team that's really
But
bad at
Arsenal's
home?
right behind them. Arsenal's sitting 2 at home and away.
Yeah,
right now.
we're
So-
good home and away, but they're terrible at home. They're at their, and the reason why is because on the road they can sit back and play the low block thing. At home, their crowd forces them to go forward, and that's when they concede. When they're at the toilet bowl, the crowd is egging them on to play football, and they go play football and they lose. They won't have 60,000 egging them on to play open, honest football against Arsenal. There will be 10,000 of them there. They're going to be quiet. They're going to be in 2 banks of 5, and sometimes we do struggle with low blocks. So, but I do think we beat them. But yeah, I absolutely believe City are going to turn Newcastle over. So
at least Arsenal are finally listening to me, and they're doing through balls. We're leading the league in that, but we still need to do it a shitload done more times because that's what Bucharest score from me.
I was saying, hopefully Eucharist, is he healthy? And did he actually travel or he didn't travel?
We don't need Eucharist to beat this bunch.
Well, no, I'm wondering if he actually traveled is my thing. I don't know if he traveled with the squad.
Oh, with the Swedish squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. That would be he shouldn't have.
So no, he's not proposed to start. So if he's rested and he'll be ready to play, then I think we'll be good there. Because I why is it we got the same thing we had the same thing at Erdogan in the game where he pulled up lane, he started showing a little bit of that little bit of aggression in an attack that I want from him. Then he gets injured. Same thing in Eucharist. He finally does figure out how to work within Arteta's system and still be threatening, and then he gets injured.
He did not figure it out, Gary. He still leads the league in runs, but you got a higher football IQ player in there.
Yeah,
the little Belgian guy.
Yeah, true.
How you call him little?
That's the difference, Gary. It's not what Bucharest was doing.
You call him little. The little Belgian guy.
He is. Just hard a little,
wee
little Belgian.
Yeah,
he is tiny. He is tiny. I met him in Nuremberg. He is a little fella. He's a tiny little boy.
Yeah.
Just that.
All right. Yeah. You want to draw? You've taken an L. You're saying it's an L. Now you're saying a draw. But you're switching on me. You look at this. This is not even one. This is 1 minute. 1 minute he's got a draw, and then he's got an L. Nice of you telling me. I don't know how. If we get a draw in the Bayern Munich game, we might take an L against Chelsea.
Can I tell you what you need to tell him?
What's that?
Tell him to put the blunt down.
Calm
down.
Yeah. He's like coughing, trying to. Yeah,
he's in a storm of cloud.
We got, like I said, you just look at Arsenal's team and then tell me what you expect us not to do. We've seen what we do on a regular basis, so I'm expecting what we've been doing. That's it. If they go into a low block, I don't think they're going to be as. I don't believe if they go into a low block, they'll be able to control us like other teams have, because I don't think that's the type of squad they are.
A draw is a good result for them.
Yeah.
There's nothing in this for them. They don't need to win this game. So I think they'll fully come and set up for a draw.
Yeah. I just think Eze will be in Saka, and if Eucharist is there, and I think and Trossard, I think that attacking four will have something for them. That's all. So with Mendy and Rice, I mean, we've got answers for all our ills. We just need to be better execution. I agree that team's got my attention the most. I don't know. Like I said, of the three, we're better. We're just a better squad. I think we are a better squad. We are a better squad.
I think he's saying that because they're the next game. Like he's focused on the next game.
If that's the case, then yes. For me, it's always one, right? The next one. So if you put it that way, then yes. But it is a 3-game stretch that we have to be concerned with.
I'm always concerned about our first game back from international break because we don't look as good.
Yeah. Buying at home is tricky, but we can play 0-0 with them, shut them out, or achieve a 1-1. Kane will score, but Kane really wins versus us. I don't know. I think we got more than we've had in the past, so we can get goals. I just so. But if you're gonna put your eggs in all in certain baskets, then it's the Premier League. You know what I mean?
Keeping a clean sheet, that Bayern Munich attack is a tall order. I think they've scored like almost 40 goals or something this year. They can't not stop scoring. A clean sheet against these men without Gabriel would be
That's what I was about to say. Without Gabriel,
massive
it's a tall
result.
task.
Yeah. But to be fair, Hincapié played against this bunch. He was at Leverkusen. Like he's played against German opposition. So,
like I said, we are much better. We're much better than most people that are concerned about us. Like I'm looking at what I've seen. So unless things have gotten worse all of a sudden out of nowhere, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. I'm more surprised when we don't see what we expect, right? Like when you see a second half versus Sunderland, you go, where was that in the first half? Because you give me that in the first half, we don't lose, right? So I know each half was different, but I just feel like what?
Happy birthday, Rosie! Happy birthday, dog.
Yep.
We didn't even know.
Yep. Thomas Frank could pull an upset. That's my worst case scenario. We could lose to anyone, yes, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
No, we're not losing, bro. We're not losing that game.
Welcome to the show, Director John. But no, this is all Arsenal all day.
Bro, the last time they got anything at the Emirates, it was a Jorginho slip. They don't beat us at the Emirates, bro. Worse. So that's why I'm saying a draw is a terrible result for us, a great result for them. We don't lose to this bunch at home. Let's just.
Yeah, look at this. BX Gunner now says City, Newcastle will hold City is my bet.
He's in form. He's in good form. Big Walter Mate. He's in good form.
I don't know if he scored today, but he looked good today.
He did
for Germany.
He did. He scored. Sane scored a brace. I think they put 6 on him.
Yeah. They had the youngsters come on and give them some good minutes. So yeah, they're doing all right. We draw. We're buying. That's all. Yeah. No. Like I said, I think we can play. If we play our style of football, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I think our defense is. I think our defense is better than their defense as far as the back line, even without Gabriel. So, Saliba will just have to help out whoever's next to him in regards to Kane. So, and Kane might be soft now since he left, right? He might have got all soft. He got a little soft now. He went to Germany where things are a lot easier.
He'll get up for this game. He'll get up for this game.
He might still be soft. It might be still dough. It was hard when he left, right? So hard was that sourdough bread, and now this might be that little soft Wonder Bread that he left, right? And was playing in Germany.
You would have definitely seen if we had our Brazilian shit house back there, but maybe not. Now, Gary.
I think if Hincapié and Calafiore are playing back there, it will.
What the heck was that, Gary?
Are you okay?
You got somebody in your basement, Gary? You got someone?
Oh, there's a bug in the house. I'll be right back. You guys talk about the Bayern Munich game. I'll be right back.
Thanks, Gary. Got somebody tied up in the basement.
It's always been a joke that I have somebody in the basement.
Yeah, that was
apparently it's Gary.
Yeah, but the Bayern
what
game.
What was that noise?
Yeah, the Bayern game. I'm. It might sound rich or whatever, but I'm really not fussed about it, Tony. I'm not, because I really think we can afford to draw that game. We put ourselves in a position, not conceding any goals, winning all 12 points. We're on the same amount of points as them, and I think they got just a better goal difference based on how well they're scoring goals. But I think we beat Tottenham at home. Maybe not be comfortable because, like you said, games right after international breaks are usually different, little tricky guys.
A little dodgy.
Yeah. But this international break is kind of different though, because normally the South American guys have to travel to South America,
Yeah.
right? That didn't happen. Ecuador already qualified. The game that Brazil played was in London in the Emirates Stadium, so shouldn't be a whole lot of travel. I don't think Gyökeres traveled, and the rest of the guys are right there. And England already played both their games with 6 days to spare. So
And that's kind of what made Herrera crumble as a
yeah,
player for us was that
so
long World Cup and traveling back and forth.
yeah, I think they'll come and try to stink house the draw, but we must unlock them as they masterclass loading, because this is the thing. We love Eze because he agreed to terms with Tottenham, turned him down to come to Arsenal. That's one of the he rejected Spurs to come to Arsenal. If you further want to ingratiate yourself with the Arsenal faithful, Eze, this is the game that you announce yourself. Right? You scored against your former team. The football gods make you open your Premier League account versus Crystal Palace. You couldn't write this stuff, right? So poetic justice.
Gary said Gyökeres has finally figured it out. Hopefully, Eze's actually the one that's figured it out. Or Arteta's learned how to play.
I think as a masterclass, cooks Tottenham.
As you said, he's been answering at least those kind of challenges, right? Playing against his old team, now playing against a team he said no to. And if he does any of that, and the screamer that he had over the weekend, right? If that's not a little warm up for what could happen in the next 3 games,
We already had the streamer, Gary.
No, he's got more. He's got more in the chamber. That guy doesn't just have one. Come on, stop that. You don't get one a month, man. That thing. You've seen him. No, he's got that in there. It's in there. Don't worry about it.
That was a thing of beauty. It was a beautiful goal.
No. But remember that pass from Foden.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember that pass from Foden. Now imagine Eze gives Foden a 5-yard pass and Foden slaps it in the top bins. You think anyone is asking Foden, was it that pass from Eze that made that goal? Get out of here, son. What are we doing?
He's like, that's crazy. I was like, pass it to Saka because Saka had a little bit more. He had nobody to the outside of him, so he could go anywhere with that ball. But he definitely made a good pass either way. But yeah, it was not the pass. World of football, it wasn't a pass, okay? It wasn't a pass, all right? Buying in that team will take you down to Chinatown. I don't know what that means, Rosie. I don't know what you're trying to say. Yep, 6-1. Yeah, I don't want to give them any goals. So, no, that's too nice. Giving them a goal? Nah. They get nothing, and they like it. The canteen staff will score the 4th and 5th goals. There you go. Heard it here first. All right. Good. Thanks, Legend. I turned 40 yesterday. 40. See, I stopped counting at 39. I don't know what you guys. No 32. Reason to count past 39.
I stopped counting. Once your age gets off the calendar, I stopped counting.
There's no reason to count after 39, so I stopped.
Yeah.
City travels to Newcastle.
St. James Park.
Yeah, lest we forget that is Banniskin as well. They have failed at Aston Villa also. They just have Harlan on fire, and Eddie Howe, blonde hair, is also on fire under immense pressure. Yeah, I mean, I think Newcastle's got something. I mean, defensively, they could hold up. They could hold up enough to maybe get something to steal something, and it's at home. So there you go.
I would say, Gary, that I've stopped counting him, but with my medical record,
no,
you gotta put a check on there.
Yeah.
Gotta mark with tablet. Big old granite tablet.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Daddy Longlegs was wondering. No, it wasn't a Daddy Longlegs. It's one of those spider crickets. We got spider crickets that come that present themselves, and those things are ugly. It's an ugly cricket, basically. But
I've had the last 2 weeks the biggest fucking red wasp I've ever seen. I don't know if it's their queens are wandering into the house.
Yeah,
it takes about 8 swats with a fly swatter to kill the things.
Yeah. Being afraid of insects. Yeah, you know what? When they jump on you and they don't, Yeah, it's yeah. The only reason I'm not worried about buying is because yeah, that's right. Luis Diaz is out, so he's been playing well for them, but they still got answers, right? They still got answers. And
Surge.
if you forget about Elise, you could get in trouble. I think those players will just stand up when they need to, right? That's the thing. Luis Diaz is out. Somebody's going to have to stand up. If that's Elisa, you could be in trouble. So we can't give them the benefit of the doubt that they won't be as attack minded. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Yeah. You guys talk about insects. Yeah. We were there, me and the boss were in Malaysia while I was traveling, and we're driving down the street, and she looks over, and there were like four hairy legs sticking out from underneath the handle of a car door. If you know what I mean, furry legs.
Mm-hmm.
For the rest of the car ride, her feet were on the dash. It wasn't even on a car. It was in the car across the way. When she saw those legs, it was like, nah. I don't know. It's probably nah. She doesn't like
She's
bugs.
like, no tarantulas.
She
No.
don't like bugs. So there you go. All right. Yeah, Australia. Yeah, you don't want to go to Australia if you're concerned about snakes and insects and stuff, animals in general. Yeah. Yeah.
Biggest one I've ever seen was in Afghanistan. A spider. You can hear it.
Nah.
Massive. I almost shot it. I couldn't give away my position, so I couldn't shoot. So yeah, it was massive. I didn't know they grew that big.
Oh no.
You're
No.
like,
Yeah,
where's
that
the
doesn't sound.
silencer when I need it? Where's
It
the
doesn't sound like any
suppressor?
fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So yeah, we'll just go through anything else left in this chat that we want to talk about. You guys saying hello to each other. All right.
Doesn't have a
So
crossbow with you.
yeah, those parties you can hear. No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, massive, man.
All right, so we gone through the chat. Yeah, no, like I said, this is a big 3-game stretch once again for Arteta and Arsenal. But like I said, we got Rice, we've got Zubimendi, got Eze. If they're playing in the middle, I like it. I like it. And then if we're gonna have, I think it's Noni will be back. I believe, of course, Eucharist will be back. I think Kai Havertz will be back. If I'm thinking correct, if I got that right.
They're in contention instead of in contention. I don't think any of them start. I don't think any of them start.
No, we don't need them to start. But if they're coming off the
It's
bench,
Arteta though.
yeah, no. Think about it. If
That
Noni
means
were
a
to come,
couple of them are to start.
yeah, now if Noni comes off the bench against a tired defense of Germany, I think, we want to see that if Kai comes in after they've been battling with Eucharist, right? You want to see that if Martinelli, we know Martinelli late in games, give him some space and time. Well, no, I don't want time. Give him some space. No time. If he has to think about it, we're in trouble.
Yeah, I forgot about Martinelli, to be honest. I swear. I don't know if that's because the squad is so big or it's because Trossard has been playing well.
No, you know what? We see why Trossard starts, right? And we know why Trossard starts because Martinelli doesn't have the football equivalence up there. So, you get a little bit different out of Trossard. We've seen it. Can he? I don't think he can. You can see when they put the long balls to Trossard. You're like, no, you forget that's not Martinelli. He's not going to chase that ball down. No, you can see it. Like they forget. Oops, sorry, wrong pass.
And it's not his fault either because he's generally in position.
He's in position, but he's not chasing that ball down. The defender's like, I'll just wait for this ball. You're not getting there.
Yeah. Out of all the guys. No, go on. Sorry.
I was going to say, I think that goal that he made in the last game is, you see why he's starting besides the passing that he does.
Yeah. Screamer. Goal of the month recipient or nominee.
I mean, it was within a half yard of 4 defenders before it went into the back of the net.
Yeah.
It was really a half chance, yard chance.
Is there anyone else in our squad that takes that shot? Anyone else scores that goal for us? I don't think because Martinelli doesn't take that shot, really.
Eze could do it, and Zubimendi could do it.
Rice could
we
come.
got players that can take ball. We've seen too many take the ball out of the air.
Yeah,
And
but
strike it.
that's technique off of a set piece, though. This is
Mm-hmm.
Trossard in an attacking capacity, saying shift it onto my right foot and bang. Martinelli typically tries to squeeze that at the back post for a run on. Yeah,
Or dribbles it out past the back line.
It might not look the same, but we might get the same result. It just be a different player. It's kind of my thinking there. So I don't know. I think we can score from outside the box. We just don't take those shots sometimes.
yeah. And we've been asking for that. To be fair, we see guys get around the box, and everyone in the stadium, 60,000 and 20 million people yelling at the TV, shoot. You know,
You can ask Tony. I've been saying shoot since Arteta's got here. Because the first thing our players are thinking about is pass, and it's like, nah. If you sniff the 18,
mm-hmm.
your first thought should be
Have a
shoot,
go.
and then
I want to see Gyökeres thoughts.
I have PTSD when Arsenal fans say shoot because of Xhaka, just because he would make one of those every 2 seasons.
Yeah, no.
From outside
Yeah,
the box.
it was usually against Man United. They always seem to make him against Man United. Xhaka, boom. Whenever they turn up to the carpet, he scores.
Yeah.
Like, where did he have that 40-yard shot at?
Yeah. I'm with you, Rosie. You can't see. You like to joke, but you're talking a little bit of sense there, Rosie, for once. Yeah, we should. I mean, we have a team that can get anything we want out of these next 3 games. So we got to take it one game at a time. Arteta, use your squad. Use your squad. You've got players. Use your squad. Nobody has to play 90 minutes. You got 5 subs. Use them. Because you've got a tough 7-day period here. I prefer Noni starting and Saka coming off the bench, or Saka starts on the left wing.
Yeah, there's not one person in that Tottenham squad that's better than our players in our position. Maybe Kudus, but the rest of them in every position we're better than. And like Rosie said, this team has gelled together. I just don't see it. If we lose to this bunch, it would be an upset.
Yep.
And we're at home, so.
Yeah. So if Noni starts and Eze plays in the middle, right? That's what I guess that's still fine. My only thing with Noni is he hasn't. He was shooting first. Then he was just dribbling and passing, and I need him to be able to tell the difference between when he needs to shoot and when he needs to just get past his man and make the right pass.
Come on, Gary, you always want him to shoot.
I do want him to shoot. I actually like when he wanted to shoot, and then as opposed to just dribbling past guys and either running out of space or the attack just dying. Because I think if he gets past his man and attacks the goal, they will have to make a decision.
Unless he's played like a behind doors, closed door friendly, I don't see him starting this game coming off an injury. Because I wouldn't actually mind it for Saka coming back from internationals to come off the bench. I actually don't mind that more 10. But because if Nani was fit, I would actually hear the shout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, we don't really need that right now. We need it. We might need him later in that Chelsea game. Or their Bayern Munich game. We're gonna need those minutes. Have so much time for Madueke. Yeah, no.
Because what you would have if Nani starts right wing for us, that left back in the 70th minute, whenever Saka come on, is tired. Because one thing Nani does, he's very direct. He does make them run, make them work, and Saka will get glide by fresh legs on any given Sunday. So tired legs, he comes on, game over. Then we could see that 6-1 that Rosie's talking about. Because anyone who comes on off the bench is going to be hungry to add to the score.
Yep.
And just Tottenham.
Yeah. No, I think I think Noni's given us the same kind of thing that we got from Kai Havertz, right? I mean, Kai comes, everybody's like, you're going to get the same Chelsea player, and then we're like, everybody's looking at him like, that is not the Chelsea player. Because I
think he plays in this game.
No, it'd be good to see. I mean, Gyökeres is our starter, okay? Just remember that. But Kai Havertz has a place, and you know what? Moreno probably doesn't play much going forward if Kai stays healthy. So
it costs us a title, but he's attacker now instead of being in the midfield.
He cost us because he can't score, right?
Took-
That's what you mean?
Took a happy accident because Arteta finally started playing as a forward instead of a
Oh,
midfield.
you mean
Gary.
Moreno? Yeah.
No.
No.
No,
Oh,
Bo-
you mean?
both
Oh, you do.
both of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Both of
That
them.
is true.
Kai
That
is
is true.
first there.
That is true.
Kai was terrible, atrocious, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right.
Then
He definitely shouldn't be in
Arteta
our
finally
midfield.
moves him up there.
Yeah. It's weird because Arteta is so meticulous about what he wants out of his players, but then he pushed Kai Havertz on us. He pushed Yaka on us in positions where it ain't working, coach. It's not working. You know what I mean? Like you're so meticulous about certain things, and these players are not they can't do the job you want them to do. So get them out of there.
It's a
Get him out of there.
semifinal. Let's put Xhaka out as the left
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, we're about to be stacked with quality wingers. If we can add Semenyo, it's game over. And that's, I guess, it's we've gone. It's there. This is for me. I don't know what you guys think. 65 to 70 mil, and we supposedly have 100 to play with in January. Just saying.
Long term, we still need the left wing. I
If
thought it was a
Semenyo's
big
your
need
left
this
wing,
summer.
then you get your left wing, right? You get him. You get him now.
Yeah, but we should have had one in the summer, Gary.
Well, we didn't get them in the summer, but if we get one in January,
it's hard to believe it's just hard, but Arteta does not.
If Semenyo's an option, we get him in January, right? Everybody's okay with that?
Yep.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing. There's a reason why Nico Gonzalez looks so good right now because City got him in January. He essentially had a preseason in the middle of the season with his Manchester City mates. And now they don't even miss Rodri because he's out here doing the business. So yeah, if 65, that's what we pay for Havertz. So pay it. I'd love to have that type of depth on our left wing. Because we always said we needed a left winger in the summer. When we find ourselves leading the Premier League, albeit not by much, you can strengthen from a position of strength.
Just remember, we have increased our lead from one international break to the next. It doesn't look like it, but we did.
Did we?
Yeah, we were 3 after the last international break. We are 4 now. So yes, it's not a big number. It seems like
a different team.
Yeah.
That 3 was on Liverpool, wasn't it?
That 3 was on Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could argue that City actually cut their lead.
Well, we increased our lead over second place, which is
we're 10 points on Liverpool. Yeah. Are we? What's the table?
I forget what we are. I think what are we now? Liverpool is sitting 8 points behind us.
We're
right
8,
now.
So we're 8 clear of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Are they out of it?
Is Liverpool out of it? No, they're not out of it. But Arsenal, City, Chelsea would have to, I think, totally collapse. And City and Chelsea probably, after they play us, will most likely be close to Liverpool, right? I mean, Liverpool plays
City flourish in that chasing position.
Yeah. Like I said, unless something changes significantly, we'll be right where we need to be. We keep playing our style of football. We'll be good. City will do what City does, but we don't play them until later in the season. Yes, it will be at their place. It might matter. It might not matter.
April 18th.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a long time from now, right? A lot can happen, and we got to just keep doing what we do. 3-point chasing. I don't care how ugly it is. Just get me the 3 points, and then come April when we look at our tally, hopefully it's more. So
if we're leading if the next international break we're still leading the league, I'll feel very good about it.
And that international break is when?
March.
Okay. So yeah.
Next one. Last one.
Yeah. I like I said, if we're talking about Semenyo, go get him. Go get him. For me. Yes, please, before Liverpool chase Semenyo. Yeah. I mean, once again, not really just like, but he's a Arsenal fan, right? Semenyo, so go get him. I mean, Eze, right?
At least ask the question. Yeah. If he wants to go to Liverpool, Okay, he goes to Liverpool, but at least ask the question.
Yeah.
Do you want to come to Arsenal? We have a. You want to go compete with Gakpo, or you can have this spot right here.
For sure. For sure. we got it. We got it. Yeah. Yeah. I hear
I mean, you
I
look at
heard Semenyo's
Martinelli and Trossard, it's like it'd be hard
yeah.
for him to say no.
Yes. I heard Semenyo's going with talent and quality as he starts with Wolves in January. What? You're not making any sense, Rosie. You need to. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think you're joking. Semenyo could be our greatest January signing ever if done
Are
if eligible for.
DX and Rosie in the same place right now?
Yeah, no, Semenyo would be really good to bring in if we could. If we have the money, then we should do it. Rosie, I thought, okay, you're talking about the Rangers. Yeah, Rosie's not having fun with the Rangers right now. They
Rosie,
are
put the
struggling.
blood down like BX should.
Yeah, Semenyo seems to play immune to being broken by Arteta. He's a strong-minded, willed player. Like for me, quality like Eza and Gyökeres are doing things that they didn't have to do before. The thing is, they're able to do those things and find a way now to bring those same qualities that we want. Right? As a saw, I think we saw it in the Newcastle game, so we know it's there. And every once in a while, we see it. He has his games where he goes away, and I think those are games where he's required to do a lot more than he usually has. That's the thing about playing for Arsenal. You got to bring your lunch pail. Time to go to work, right?
Yeah, I
Time to
think
go to
Eze
work,
is
and
doing. I think Eze is doing exactly what Arteta is asking him to do. Because if he doesn't do it, then he won't play.
yeah,
And if he doesn't play, then Thomas Tuchel don't call him. Tuchel has made it clear. Hey, you don't play, I don't call you, Skelly. You don't play, I don't call you, Eze. Because that the middle of the park is kind of congested for the English. Morgan Rogers is there, Phil Foden is there. So Eze has to do what Mikel says at this point. And even with the restrictions of playing with the Mikel tax, he still has us top of the league. So all this Eze slander, he scored the winner against Crystal Palace and salvaged us a point versus Man City. Without those 4 points, guess what? We're not top of the league. So dead that Eze slander to everyone that's been coming in my chat talking about Eze is not up to. I'm not hearing it.
yeah. I'm with you on that. Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think the players that come in, they know they got to do certain things that they don't. I think it's like when you played for New England, you knew there were things you couldn't do or you're going to be asked to do, but if you did them, you'll be fine. And I think that's
I
the same
seen
thing
that
at
man
Arsenal.
bench Wes Welker one time for a press conference. That Belichick. Yeah, because
Gary likes the Belichick philosophy.
they were playing the New York Jets, right? The upcoming week, and Story broke that Rex what was it Jets coach at the time? Rex something, the big guy that's on
Oh,
ESPN.
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan. That it had been leaked that Rex Ryan had a foot fetish or a toe fetish. And Wes Welker came out in this press conference saying, like, yeah, we got to be on our toes, good little foot soldier. He was taking subliminal jabs at Rex Ryan. And come Sunday, Wes Welker was benched for that. That's how the Belichick, he did not play, bro. He did not mess around.
Nope.
So, but he won, so it was okay.
Yeah, but you know what? But it starts some. You have to be disciplined. I think that's the
Yeah.
key thing. You have to be disciplined, and that's what he is. And if he sticks to that, he'll be fine. But if he starts to change and not be as disciplined as he has been, I think that's when you lose the credibility of your players. So he's got to. If that's the way he wants to coach, then he has to. That's the way it works. And he brings in players. They know what they have to do when they get here. If they do those things, he will love them, and he will trust them, and they will play. If they don't, then he won't. All right.
Mhm.
I mean, I think, and that's what surprised me about Nweri and Skelly not playing. I believe they will do whatever he asks. So I don't
Yeah.
know why they don't get as much minutes. That might just because there aren't minutes to give, but I kind of feel like they deserve it. Yep. Liverpool have no money for Semenyo, if I had to guess. I think they actually have money. I think they've sold well. So I don't think it's as bad as people think. My understanding is they do have money. Will they spend it? I think with the money they spent, they shouldn't have to get a Semenyo in.
Their position in the league table, they're below Man United. If they look at their league table and see themselves have been breaking the transfer record twice and see themselves below United in the table, that might compel them to spend a little bit. Yeah. Because
Well,
that
come
tell this to
come.
someone, Gary. Tell this to someone in the summer based on how they were moving in the transfer window. And you say match week 11, you men are going to be below Man United. They would have called you crazy and you would have been kicked off the internet.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their form for the last 4 games, and it's 4 reds. That you don't want to have 4 reds in a 5 game form table, right? I mean that actually. Let's see. There's probably one team worse than that. There's only one team worse than that.
Is it
That
Wolves?
happens. That's it. Nottingham Forest has a win and a draw, and Leeds has a 1 win. Fulham has 1 win, and otherwise that is it. They are the fourth. They're basically the fourth worst team in form in the last 5 games.
Yeah.
Yes, they are struggling. They are struggling, but we love to see it. It's also a release clause. That's right. I think if I'm Arsenal, day one of that release clause, knock. You know, Bournemouth. We got to check. I got to check here because I know you want to get this thing done soon, so you can make whatever moves you want to make. Day one, Berta, just go over there, knock on the door, and be prepared to make that wire transfer or whatever it is, and let's get on with it. Let them find their play and let's move on. So that's all. That's what it's going to take. We should just do it.
I just wish it was that simple, Gary.
It is that simple because it's if he wants to come to us, right? One, if he doesn't want to come to us, then we can't do
but
anything
that
about it.
buyout clause in England doesn't mean they're coming.
No, it means if you put the money down and the player wants to come, then the team really can't do much.
We know that with Liverpool, we triggered the release clause.
Yeah.
So that's for us, 40 million a month. I
don't think it's going to be like that. If we come calling, I know what you're saying, but I don't think it's going to be like that. If we come calling, when we want a player, we go get him. That's the one thing I do know about Arsenal. Like if they want a player, they get him. Right? They wanted
especially Berta.
Kai Havertz. They went and got him. Cost more than we expected. They wanted Madueke. Cost more than we thought it should. Got him.
Declan Rice.
Like if they want a player, they get him. So if they feel like a left wing will solve some of their ills, they'll get him. I think it will help us, and I think I'd rather have the odds in our favor than not.
Yeah.
So, well, I'd rather have more than it's one of those things where I'd rather have more food for the party than less, so we don't run out of food. Just like I'd rather have more players than we need, and would that be our problem that I can't find minutes for them? That's fine. If at the end of the day those players put their arms up in the air, I don't think they're gonna care.
Or you could do what my grandma always said, and she'd fix enough food for our Cox's army.
But yeah. Just make sure everybody's fed. Nobody leaves hungry, right? If they take a box home, perfect. But if they leave hungry, you've done a bad job.
Yep.
You've done a bad job. Ethan Smith Rowe. I don't know what that means. Yes, Rosie.
It means he doesn't play him and end up moving him on.
Ethan is not that type of player for me. I think no. I mean, I don't see why you would do that. Unless you're if you're loaning him to give him more minutes, I get it. But he's already played enough minutes for you already, and he's already doing the work you want him to do. So I don't think that's the problem. All right. Everybody said, will he be able to defend and will he track back and all of that? And where he showed, I believe that he will do that.
But he doesn't need to have to do it, Gary.
No, but that's the rules. We just talked about this. If you come to play for Arsenal, there are rules, there are responsibilities and duties that don't require, right? That are not required at other teams. You have to play by the rules. You have to do the work.
Lego binary, Gary.
Huh?
Lego binary.
It's how he works, man. If I hope Skelly just keeps his head down and does his best as a professional, he's destined to be a top player. The World Cup distraction is unnecessary, in my opinion. Yeah, no, you know what? He's already gone and done some work there. I think as the season progresses and we have these two games a week, he'll get more minutes. Is my expectation. So he'll be fine.
But if you're one of those two players, especially Skelly at the end of the season, if your minutes don't drastically increase by the end of it, are you thinking about handing in a transfer request? Because you played all those games last year as Skelly, and now he can't get a minute early.
He's not going to play on a team like Arsenal at 19.
You got cup games,
So
Gary.
he's going to
You
take
got
a step.
Champions League.
He's going to take a
can play
step.
every
He's going to
minute.
take. He's going to take a step down at this stage in his career. He's going to take a step down if that's what he wants to do. He's going to take a step down if he does that, right? He's not going to go. Where's he going to go right now? That's at the height of an Arsenal.
It's kind of like
be a starter.
That defender that we had that went to Man United. That kid, Heaven, was it?
Yeah.
Heaven.
Because he knew he wasn't going to play ahead of Gabriel and Saliba. So, but he looked at Maguire and be like, "Yeah, I can get ahead of that bunch," and he's there not getting any minutes.
Yeah. No, I don't. Like I said, I think there's no reason for Skelly to leave Arsenal. I don't think he's going to do better. Where's he going to go? Like right now, where Arsenal is right now in football, where is he going to go? That's better, and get starts.
It depends what manager looks at him.
Where is he going to go and get starts at 19 years old? That's
Dortmund.
Better than Arsenal.
It's not better. I think he can go to Dortmund. I like when players go to Dortmund and actually develop because they actually, have a very good record of developing players. But if you're going to add who's better than Arsenal, then Dortmund doesn't meet that criteria.
Yeah, no, that's why my thinking. My thinking is they didn't re-sign him. Like if they re-sign him to sell him, then I guess so. But he's a talented player, so I don't know why you would do that. Yeah,
I don't know why Arsenal went away from loaning players to German clubs because I don't think there's a better place to develop than Germany.
Yeah.
I think Ethan is like next month and the fixture congestion in December. Ethan is going to get plenty of minutes. After we lock up our top 8 spot in the Champions League. So should we beat Bayern, we only need one more win. And then it's against Carrier and you could see full rotation. Yeah. They're gonna get minutes, so
I think they just have to get past this little squall and not read the noise that's going on. So they'll be fine. As you said, we've got Club Brugge, Inter, and Karat Almaty, right?
We could even be through and qualified by the time we get to the Inter game. They could get minutes in that.
Yep.
Like we win the next 2, we're through.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And that this 3-game stretch after that, we've got a long stretch until we play Liverpool in January, right? Because we play Brentford, Villa, Club Brugge, Wolves, Everton, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Aston Villa, and Bournemouth. Those aren't like, that team, the North London Derby, Bayern Munich, and Chelsea. That's
but those are the teams that killed this.
That's why we got Gyökeres. We got answers now. We brought Gyökeres in for those types of games. Everybody says, well, he's beating up on the little people. That's what we've got him for.
Mm-hmm.
We got him for that. That's what we got him for. Our defense is not going to get run over by any of those teams. Not Martinelli, but Gabriel will be back towards the end of that time. We'll be fine. Going into that Liverpool match, he should have had some games under his belt. We'll be good, all right? So I think we're fine. No stress. There's a big problem with players being played out of position and not getting minutes in their best positions. It's a fine line of balance. Who is playing out of position and not doing well for Arsenal right now? I don't think we have any. Everybody seems to be performing well, even if they're playing out of position. And that's the one thing Arteta likes is versatility in his players. Right? Calafiori was a center back coming in, and he's playing out as a fullback and doing whatever Arteta's asking him. It seems to be working. Skelly could move to the midfield. but he's doing fine as a fullback. So, nobody's that we don't have any players like we've had in the past playing that position struggling like we have in the past outside of Moreno. And even then, he's his I think his poor performances are being nullified by everything around him. So I think we're all right. We're all right. Ethan needs to bide his time for sure. Yeah, I think so. Spencer, this youngster should take in as much experience as possible, and I think this is to me a little bit like when Foden was coming through City, and a lot of people were like, he should be getting more minutes. Every time we see him, he looks good out there, and City didn't play him that much. He finally gets his chance. He does shine for a while, and he struggles, but I think Arsenal is kind of doing a little bit of that. But I think our players will be fine. So. Got some links here. BBK Sports, check it out. Make sure you subscribe and like. Rosie, thanks for doing that. Tiger and Gunnar, check out the channel. MLS can't get into England because he's not getting regular minutes at left back while being a very good midfielder. Yeah, he's 19. He's 19 on a really good squad. I think there's a tax when you come to a good team. You may not play right away. I don't know if that's good or I don't know. I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, Jack Grealish is getting regular minutes, and he's not in the England squad. And he's been playing well.
Yeah, I think when you're on a
But
good
John
squad,
Stones hasn't been getting great minutes, heavy minutes, but he's in the England squad. You see?
Yeah, true.
So it's you can be getting all the minutes or not getting enough. If he wants to pick you, right? The onus is on him. He's in charge of picking the squad.
True.
You never know with those England managers who they're picking.
Yeah. I don't think when you're good, you screw yourself over. I think everybody knows what Skelly is, so I don't think it's that bad. And check out Dan's channel, everyone. Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Check out.
I think it's bad, Gary.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad.
Just like last year. How many times did you get asked for a winner, Gary?
Just remember where we stand today. We are a better squad than we were last year.
I'm sure you can bring up the image, Gary.
Yeah, no, you can. But look where we are right now. If I told you we would play, if I told you right now, we would have 3 blemishes on our record right now. 1 loss, 2 draws is our blemishes. That's the only points we have dropped. And I said, this is what we're going to do. And you said, oh, but Skelly's not playing. I'm going to tell you it don't matter. It don't matter. All right, could we have won all those games? Yes. But does teams win all their games? No.
It's not good for his development, though, Ordinary. You need the minutes.
He's 19. What is it? What type of development are you talking about?
You need minutes.
He'll get his minutes.
When?
We're going on a ride here, right? We're gonna be playing every 3 games from here on out until the next international break, which you said is in March, right? 3 games every 3 to 4 days. We will be playing. He will get his minutes. If Arteta's doing a good job, he will get his minutes. Every 3 to 4 days, we will be playing a game, and I think we even have every 3. I think yes, every 3 to 4 days, we will be playing a football game. Well, yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Tony, you still making wrestling content? Yes, he is. Check him out.
Yep.
What days?
Thursdays and Saturdays that have pay-per-views, last premium live events. I still call them pay-per-views because.
Yep, check him out. And subscribe and like to, what is it called? I Dropkick missile.
Missile Dropkick, Gary.
Missile Dropkick. I forget that. I can't get that name out right. So we are going to get out of here in a little bit. Let me just finish off this chat and then let everybody have their say before we get out of here. There are many games coming up, and knowing that injuries can happen anytime, we shouldn't loan any players right now. Only one I'll consider an offer for is Gabby Jesus, but we need a replacement.
I'll give you a refresher, Gary.
Yeah. If Gabby were to leave and you brought in Semenyo, I think you'd be fine. I think you'd be fine, right? I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Big's gonna check him out. All right. Slice X87. Thanks for joining us. But we're gonna get out of here. So I'm gonna let everybody have their say, and then we will say bye-bye. All right, Tehran. Thank you for joining me. But I said we're gonna get you on the channel. We finally did. Thank you for joining us. Check out Tehran. I think you do a show every day or most days?
I have, my regular streaming schedule. I stream every day, but the holiday schedule, I'm doing some charity work for Thanksgiving and some, getting some turkey for the lower enlisted soldiers and low income, especially the people that's still trying to recover from the government shutdown. I'm helping those people out. So I'm only doing one show a day from now until like Thanksgiving. But yeah, it's thanks for having me, man. Big up to Tony, big up to you, and big up to the legendary chat that accompanied us on this journey today. What episode was this?
I think we're like 170, almost 180. So yeah, we've been doing this for a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna play those numbers.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's
Arsenal
only
3,
for
that
Monday
seemed
shows.
nothing.
That doesn't include the Saturday shows.
Yeah. Rosie says, "Nice one, Tehran."
Yeah.
Tony, what say you?
And that's nice to finally meet him. We've been talking about him since August.
Yeah. I'm a little slow, but I get there. It's like, hey, it's like
I was thinking it was part of your imagination, Gary.
No, it's like Skelly. Don't worry, it'll happen. It will happen. Yeah, it'll happen. Don't worry. Yeah, it'll happen. 175. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're at 175. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll do this again next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. We will have played one game by the time we talk again, but that would be a big stretch, and that would be telling.
Yeah,
I'm expecting a win. It will be a slog. They will come at us because that's what they do. But I think we're a better squad, and we will be much deeper even without Gabriel. So whatever they would bring, I think we got more. We got more to bring. Ray will be back, so I think he'll be back. I think he'll be back Thursday. So check that out, Arsenal Fan Circle. I think Ray's been on vacation, but he'll be back. So check that out. Check out Sam with his slags. I don't know if he's going to have a slag show, but check that out. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, subscribe and like, and we will see you guys on the next one. We are we are gone but we're gone.
Life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. There you go.